Dreamers. Another blessed and grateful day. Happy Tuesday. This month is absolutely the end of the year. So we're getting close. I love to see the growth, all of the momentum happening with the family. And this week is actually a huge week. We're going to be heading over to California, Anaheim, to go ahead and get around the legends, the OGs, the veterans in the game, to go ahead and soak up some knowledge, hear some stories, and really go ahead and bring back some sauce for the fam. So I'm fired up. It's going to be a big week ahead. Always love going out to Cali. It's always an amazing experience over there. So let me know, how's everybody feeling for the day? Grateful to be alive. Grateful for each of you on the squad. Grateful for their God. Grateful to be able to grow, to get better, and to be able to get access to the leadership that we have. You know, I was talking to Mr. Brian Carruthers yesterday, and he was going over a topic. And this is exactly what we're going to be getting into for today, and it's the difference between ordinary and extraordinary. It's actually a topic that he brings up a lot, but I wanted to make sure, as always, Tuesdays, you know, I'm going to bring back the sauce from our executive director calls what we learned. I always like to go ahead and bring it back to the family so we can all level up together. So let's get into it. I got a couple of different bullet points coming in here for today. Number one, he talked about leading by example. You know, for our audience and people, talking is great. But most of the time, people don't listen to what we say as much as they watch our feet. So that's number one. You know, we can talk about doing the calls, doing events, traveling out and actually investing into ourselves, but actually leading and doing it is what really separates. And that's exactly, we have weekly events going, not just over here in Fort Myers, but now over in Port Charlotte. I love to see it. Y'all are killing it over there. In fact, we've got another one coming up here shortly. We've got Houston absolutely on fire. We've got a ton of other areas that are moving too. And that's what it's about, right? JoJo over there crushing it. Anissa, I love to see it. And leading by example. People are going to watch the consistency, right? People don't care about what we're doing today. They know that we're serious. And when they see us continually showing up, impacting others, getting on Zooms, going to these events, investing back into ourselves, it's contagious, right? Most of the time, people are looking for a way to be able to grow. They're looking to be able to do something different. Think about it. Who's excited to go to their job tomorrow? Not too many people. Next, number two, the second thing that Brian Carruthers talked about is income. Our income is going to match basically the person that we are. And here's the beauty of that. Where we are is exactly where we need to be. So if we're looking to go ahead and raise our income, because he talks about it, how many people he's seen in the industry, they might make an extra 2,000, maybe an extra 5,000, maybe an extra 10,000. But you see, if we're not ready in the mind yet, if we're not prepared, if we're not ready to handle that type of income, he said it's like water. Water will always seep down to the bottom. That's exactly what happens to income. So if we're not continuously growing and again, going to events and investing back into ourselves, this is why it's so easy for the income to go ahead and drop exactly where we see ourselves. So that's why PAVE, when you look at the acronym, the first P for pretty much the slogan for all of us, personal development. Because if we're not growing, we're dying. So it doesn't matter what level we're at, doesn't matter how much money we're making. The book of the month is The Magic of Thinking Big, and the audio of the month is going to be Jim Rohn, Challenge to Succeed. So if you all have never heard that, this is honestly one of my favorites, but it's a 5-piece series to be able to go ahead and learn and really keep our mind in line with our frequency, all right? And last but not least, one of the last things that he talked about is to be able to go ahead and text your mentor your goals. To be able to really get serious, text your mentor your goals. Because he said the difference between ordinary and extraordinary oftentimes just so happens to be that little extra, right? Again, showing up to the events consistently, being able to go ahead and ask questions, being able to invest into ourselves, and most importantly, being able to hold each other accountable. He says every time when I went on my runs, I always had accountability partners. I was always texting my mentor my goals. Because he said when you put it out there, something happens mentally, right? There's a little bit of pressure. There's a little bit of more intention in what we're doing now because now we have others that can hold us accountable. So Couple things to think about for today, fam. Remember, even Ed Milet, he wrote a famous book called The Power of One More. One more push-up, one more call, one more connection in real life. And all of this starts to really go ahead and add up and compound to the life that we are looking to live. It doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen eventually. And even Coach Fard Bell, a platinum member, he said, I wasn't the smartest. I definitely wasn't great at speaking, and I was not the person who knew everything. But he said, I was freaking consistent. I was reaching out to 2 to 5 people a day. I was going to the events. I was going to the weekly meetings. I was investing back into mentorship, and time eventually caught up. And it's not a surprise why they say, as a Wealth4 platform, you're making $30,000 a month on a low end. On a low end. So life can change pretty quick. Now he's got his own place in California. He's able to go ahead and travel and give back. He's a Millionaire Club member, and he's giving us the blueprint every Monday at 10 a.m. for the Monday Leaders. So stay tuned, fam. We've got a huge month ahead of us. We have California, Baltimore. We have the Breakthrough event coming in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach at the beginning of the year. So I'm fired up, fam. I'm excited. I know we are just getting started. So stay tuned. If you guys have anybody over there in the Cali market, even if you don't, you can start reaching out and getting individuals over there. So I love you, fam. Stay tuned. Anything you need, we've got your back. And remember, as always, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. It's game time, fam. Let's grow.